Welcome back. So, in today's class, I'm going to talk about the power factor correction, and using this, you are able to understand the lot of practical utility of the power factors and how power factor is going to affect the our electricity bill. So, due to that reason, this topic is very important for the application or practical point of view. So if you see the most domestic loads, such as you may have seen that every day we are using washing machines, air conditioners, and refrigerators, or even if in industry we are using the induction motors, are most of time they are inductive and operate at a low lagging power factor. So although the inductive nature of the load cannot be changed, but what is possibility we can increase its power factor. So let us first define the meaning of inductive load. So whenever we are telling that a inductive load, so definition is like this. In previous class already I have given the hints about this, but it is better that I will write it again. So inductive load, so an inductive load is modeled as a series combination of an inductor and a resistor. So similarly, I can extend this definition for the capacitive load, where in place of inductor I am going to replace by the capacitor, and at that time I will define the capacitive load. I am not going to write that. So now let us try to understand the meaning of power factor correction. So let us define the another definition, that is the power factor correction. So now I am going to define the meaning of power factor correction. So the process of increasing the power factor without altering the voltage or current in the original load is known as power factor correction. So that is the definition of the power factor correction, that if first I will identify the load, and after that I am going to add some kind of correction mechanism or some kind of circuit which is going to correct the power factor without altering the voltage and current in the original load. So now in alternative way, power factor correction may be viewed as the addition of a reactive element, and here you can see that most of time I am talking about the inductive load, so obviously I am going to add the capacitor in parallel with the load in order to make the power factor close to the unity. So let us write that kind of things as a remark. So our remark is like this. Hence, and once we will understand the definition, then we will proceed for the next discussion. So alternatively, power factor correction may be viewed as the addition of a reactive element. So in case of inductive load, I am going to add the capacitor. Suppose that I have to perform same kind of correction in case of capacitive load, then I am going to add the inductor. But here I have inductive load, so I am going to add a capacitor. But most of time, if you see the domestic or industrial use, at that time we are adding capacitor, because most of time our load is inductive in nature. In parallel with the load in order to make the power factor closer to unity. That is our goal. So also let us write the examples of inductive load, whatever I have discussed. So in just for the record, so some examples related to the inductive load. So I have washing machine, machines. After that we have air conditioners, refrigerator, and we have induction motor in industry also. These are the some common example, but we have more than this. So whatever theory today I am going to discuss, that is applicable to the all of the practical application. So, and these are the examples, and what is common feature of these examples. So I'm going to also write down that. So these loads are inductive and operate at a low lagging, and now you are able to understand why I use this word lagging, because I have inductive kind of things. Power factor. So nature I cannot change. So just you can write as a note. All, because if you change the nature, then practical I cannot use same machine for the practical purpose. So all the inductive nature of the load cannot be changed, but we can increase the power factor, increase its power factor, and we have already seen that. For that I am going to do the power factor correction, and we also understand that how to do that. Let us try to see same kind of things using some practical circuit. So let us try to draw one circuit which contains the inductive load. So I have inductive load, means I have some resistor in series with the inductor. So suppose I have this kind of load, and use some kind of sign convention. So suppose that this is positive and this is negative for time moment, and this is V voltage in phasor form, and here I have some current, that is I am denoting like IL, and this particular load, if you see this total load, this is nothing but this load is inductive in nature. So please try to understand what is meaning of purely inductive and inductive. Purely inductive means most of time we are using just pure inductor here, but inductive means inductor series with the some kind of resistor. So in that way we are distinguishing between these two. So this figure represent the original circuit. So basically we are talking about the figure. This represent the original inductive load, and we have already seen the several practical place we are using this kind of load. Now what is meaning of correction? That in the same circuit, so I have again going to redraw this part. So again I have inductive load, and in parallel I'm going to add some kind of capacitor. So here again I have the voltage V, and I have now different amount of current is basically taken from this source, and from definition I have seen that I am not going to alter the current and voltage across this source. So you can see that voltage is V and current is IL. So I am assuming that whatever rest current that is flowing through this additional capacitor. So this figure is basically, now I have another figure. So this basically represent the inductive load with improved power factor. So let us try to see that why I am telling this as a improved power factor. So suppose that initially I have this inductive load and has power factor that is θ1. So using the phasor diagram I am going to look into this point. So basically I have initially, so now I am going to show the phasor diagram. And using this phasor diagram I am going to show the addition of parallel capacitor in this inductive load. So if you see the original situation, at that time I have some voltage V, and after that I have current, and suppose that current is IL and this angle is θ1. Now what happens that if I have, suppose I have pure capacitor, if I am going to add capacitor, so phase difference of this capacitor with respect to this voltage is this. So this is nothing but IC. Now since I am going to add this capacitor in parallel with that, so somehow same kind of things I am going to do here. So I am going to add one more vector here, and this vector is nothing but IC, same like this, parallel to this. And after that what happens that due to that I am getting the resultant one, and resultant one is this, and this current is I, because I equal to IL plus IC, and now my angle is nothing but θ2. So this is, in this way we are drawing the phasor diagram. So basically you can also see that basically we are going to do like this. So here what we have observed that initially this load is drawing a large amount of current, and now magnitude of current is going to reduce because I equal to IL plus IC. You can see here. So if IL is greater than I, then what happens? I have to pay more charge. Why? So let us try to see this point, that this is the phasor diagram of the power factor correction. So in this diagram, IL is greater than equal to I. Using this diagram, that is obvious. So basically, if you calculate the power loss, so power loss is IL square R. So at the same supply voltage, one can see that circuit draw large current IL, then the current I, whatever I have shown using the phasor diagram, and due to that reason power loss is more. Therefore, it is beneficial to both power company and the consumer that every effort to minimize the current level or keep the power factor as close to unity. So as we decrease the power factor, you can see that what happens, magnitude of current is lesser. So that is the effect of magnitude of current and this power factor and the power factor. So if power factor is unity, means if this theta1 is shifted to 0, at that time what happens, our loss is very less, but I do not want to change the nature of my load. So due to that reason I am putting something theta2 that is not equal to 0, but that is lesser than theta1. So I can also write like this: by choosing a suitable size for the capacitor, the current can be made to be completely in phase with the voltage, and if this kind of situation will arise, then we are getting unity power factor. Therefore, you can see that if power factor is closer to the unity, then I can also tell that whatever apparent power that is exactly equal to the average power. But most of time this is not the situation. We have significant deviation of the power factor, particularly whatever load we are using in our domestic application. Due to that reason, we need large amount of current, and this large amount of current requires larger losses of power, and we have to pay a lot of electricity bill. So how to minimize the electricity bill? By just putting the power factor correction, means adding some kind of parallel or suitable capacitor with the original inductive load. In that way we are doing same kind of things. You can also visualize by creating the power triangle. So let us try to see same kind of explanation using the power triangle, whatever we have learned during the last class. So in case of original inductive load, suppose that our apparent power is S1. So I am writing the same. If the original, because in order to draw the power triangle, I have to talk about the complex power. So if the original inductive load has apparent power, because magnitude of apparent power is exactly equal to the complex power, so I am assuming that is equal to S1 or small s1, then I can also write that P is, means real power is S1 cos theta 1, theta 1 is the power factor, and reactive power is S1 sin theta 1, and also I can write in terms of P, that is P tan theta 1. So this is basically very much obvious. So now what I am telling, that I am going to increase the power factor. So if we desire to increase the power factor, and power factor is cos theta 1 to cos theta 2, so I am going to increase this without altering the real power, means one side of triangle remains the same, that is I am going to define like this: P equal to S2 cos theta 2, because I'm not going to alter the real power. So then the new reactive power I can define like Q2, that is P tan theta 2, same like the above. So now let us try to draw the power triangle for the both case. So try to see the situation. Initially I have this equal to S1, that is apparent power, or from apparent power I can also write the complex power. So, and if I will write, then I will use this capital letter, and here you can see that initially I have this. So this angle is nothing but theta 1, this is P, and this part is Q1. Now what I am telling that I have to increase the power factor. Increasing the power factor means I have to decrease the theta 1 because cos is involved. So due to that reason, but at the same time I have to maintain this real power same. Due to that reason, this side of triangle is not going to change, means P is not going to change. So basically now I have something and like this, and if you see this side of this triangle, then that is S2, and this angle is theta 2, and basically now initially I have Q1 from here to here. Now I have reactive power is this Q2. So basically you can see that I have done this amount of correction. So this is basically our QC. So basically this kind of things comes into picture due to the addition of the parallel capacitor. So let us try to write the interpretation of this figure, that is power triangle illustrating power factor correction. Due to that reason, in previous class I have introduced the notion of the power triangle. You can see that things become more transparent if you understand the physical quantity using some kind of geometrical interpretation. So now the reduction in the reactive power is caused by the parallel capacitor, and that is equal to QC, that is Q1 minus Q2, and that is nothing but P tan theta 1 minus tan theta 2. And we also know that how to calculate QC, that QC is nothing but Vrms square by the reactance, and since load is capacitive, so XC is 1 by omega C, so I can also write omega C Vrms, where omega is the frequency of the source, because the source is AC source. So using this, I am able to understand the capacitance, how much or how strong capacitor I have to add in parallel with the inductive load. So capacitance C I can calculate like this, that is QC by omega V RMS square, so that is P tan theta 1 minus tan theta 2 by omega V RMS square. And it is important to observe here that the real power, that P dissipated by the load, is not going to affect, because we are adding the capacitor, and average power which is going to dissipate across the capacitor, that is equal to 0. So you can also write this kind of things as a remark. Otherwise it is little bit difficult to visualize why I am telling that P is going to same. So note that the real power P dissipated by the load is not affected. So here I have to write A because I am talking about the effect. So not affected by the power factor correction, and this is because the average power due to the capacitance is 0. So what we have observed that commonly our load is inductive and we are using extra capacitor to correct the power factor. Suppose that now our load is capacitive, and again if I have to perform the power factor correction, because at that time I have leading power factor. So at that time I have to add some kind of inductor that is again in parallel with the capacitive load, and in the same way I can calculate the value of the inductance, and one can easily see that here QC is just replaced by QL, and QL is again Q1 minus Q2. So I am not going to write that, but that is actually obvious extension of the previous concept. So with this discussion, I am going to close the today's class. So what we have observed in this part of the course, that is related to power analysis, because power is one of the most important quantity which basically we are dealing with the industry, or whenever something is supplied to our home. Due to that reason, we have to understand the different notion, how basically power factors affect our bill. From this particular portion, at least you are able to understand that if you are not maintaining the proper power factor correction, then you have to pay a lot. So whenever you are going to buy some kind of device for your domestic use, please try to see this point very much carefully. Otherwise you have to pay extra charge to the power generation company. Another important thing that is related to measurement, that is measuring the average power, because what we have seen that real power is nothing but the average power. So for that we are using the instrument that is called wattmeter, and basically using that I can able to measure the real power. And another important device I have, that is called varmeter, which is able to reads the average reactive power Q drawn by the load. So let us try to write comment about the power measurement, and after that I will close the today's class, and using some notes I will convey about that how basically this wattmeter is working, or these kind of stuff, because now I am going to close this part of the course that is related to power analysis, and going to shift on the next part of this course that is somehow related to the Laplace transform. So power measurement, so we are using wattmeter, and this wattmeter is basically measure the average real power, and after that I have that is called varmeter, that is able to measure the average reactive power Q. And using tutorial I will also convey that how basically we are paying the bills for our domestic use. So with this discussion I am going to close the today's lecture. Thank you very much.